Despite the new technology that's with us in the bogs of Ireland, the traditional methods are tried and trusted and will take a long time to die out. Besides, some bogs don't take too kindly to new turf-cutting machines and the tractors that drive them. So, while the sausage-shaped turf is with us, the blocks or bricks are still what most families prefer to raise on turf banks. Turf is still cheap to cut. You can rent a bank for about £10 a year and dig enough fuel to keep you going through the worst winters. But it is back-breaking work, the kind that few town dwellers would be able for. And there's another thing. You need good dry weather. There's nothing worse than a wet day on the bog. And it's good weather that they're hoping for here, where they're cleaning up for the turf cutting competition at Meedin near Tyrrellspass in County Westmeath. Paddy Gavin is the leading light in this all-island event, and the rules are straightforward.
Well, the competition will be judged on the raising of the head sod, the best cut turf, the best handled turf, the best laid out turf, appearance of bank after cutting. The amount of turf that is cut will be taken into consideration. Now, there are two types of sleán, a breast sleán and a wing sleán.
Well, this is a wing sleán, and this was used way back in 1936 when the competition was first held in the Downs Bog. The Downs Bog is also in County Westmeath, situated about 4 miles from Mullingar. Well, this sleán, I'd say it cut a good few sods in his time, and it's for a right-handed man. He throws it out this way.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
See, that's the idea. You can have a right-footed and a left-footed. Well, this is a right-footed one.
Right.
And that's the wooden part here. That's all wood there. It's for lightness and for handiness, for sweetness. That's called a triheen.
Okay.
And that's called the wing. That cuts the sod on this side. That cuts it in the back. You throw it out like that. Okay. Bands, just to keep it held together when you might meet what they call a weed in the turf. And it's hard to wring it off.
We'll be taking a look at that in a moment, but obviously there's an art in cutting turf.
Oh, there is
there?
indeed,
yeah.
an art in it. There is.
What do you think about the machines that are coming in and cutting the sausages these days?
Oh, they're not. You couldn't compare the turf at all. Turf cut wood, this sleán here is far superior.
It always will be.
Oh, I'm afraid so, it will indeed.
All right, but I want to talk now to Larry here. Well, Larry, you're holding the cup, in fact, in your hand that will go to the winner of this competition. Well, but you yourself, in fact, dreamed up this idea, didn't you?
Well, I didn't dream it up, Peter. I thought of it back about 7 years ago, and I tried everyone to do it, and I came along to Town Boys, and I think they're a wonderful committee to take on what they're done, what they're doing. And then to go back to turf cutting again, in 1936, actually it was held in Curramore the Downs. That was the name of the bog, Curramore the Downs. As Paddy says, about 4 miles from Mullingar. And Mr. Frank Aiken, that time dead now, and I'll be good to him, and he presented the prizes that day. Which
remember who won that particular competition?
A man called Mr. Tom Daly from the Downs. He died last year, the year before. He won it.
Did you take part in it?
No, I was at it. I was at it that year. I was only a young boy, and I remember a certain lady's married to my uncle now, and she gave me a kiss in the bog, and I cried for 3 weeks after. But today I wouldn't.
You wouldn't drive today?
I wouldn't cry today if I got a kiss.
What are you going to do with all the turf that's cut?
Well, right now, the gentlemen that were good enough to loan us the banks are considering what they're going to do with it, and we were leaving that up to them. There's talk about them donating it to a worthy charity.
Very good.
And apart from that, as well, I would like to mention again that the prizes will be presented that night at the All-Ireland Turf Cutting Dance in Wheelhans in Rossford Bridge.
Sounds like a good night ahead for everybody.
I drove my tractor through your haystack last night. I threw me pitchfork at your dog to keep quiet. Now someone's telling me that you avoiding me.